right. Alright. Well, alright. Schedule for... Should I change the schedule? Let's change the schedule, because we're doing it a little early. Can you guys believe Clan the Spurs fan is early? What the heck? Must be a special occasion. Oh, I forgot to put the paid promotion thing on there. Oh God, I hope I did that on the other ones. Oh man. Well, that was a game. That was surely a game. Huh. What's up, Stevie? All right, let me let's go ahead and bring it up. Where the heck is Greensboro? Go Spurs, go from Greensboro. Where the heck is Greensboro? I don't know where that is. You said that like we all supposed to know where that is. I have no idea where Greensboro is. Does anyone know? Or we do not. Oh, maybe it is North Carolina. Sohan played well. Yeah, Sohan did good, but still couldn't hit those threes. How many threes did he even take? Didn't he only take one? I thought he only took one. He took more than one? They play the ACC basketball championships there every year. Oh man, Barnes, he had like 30 points today. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sohan versus Edie. Sohan did a phenomenal job. It's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate that like Sohan, man. Sohan needs more minutes, y'all. Just more consistent minutes. That's what he needs. Just consistent minutes, man. He has the smallest leash, the shortest leash amongst any of our players. It is so cold in here, y'all. It is so freaking cold, bro. There we go. It's so cold. Couple things. I think Wemby's injury is worse than being reported. I'm starting to worry. No, don't be worried. Don't be worried. He was going to be evaluated on the 29th. He didn't wear a boot. That's a good sign as well. But he was evaluated on the 29th. Also, and thanks for the super chat, by the way, Caps. But also, when I say I hate just doing this. I hate just throwing that out there because people will be like, yeah, whatever. But you can roll your eyes. I don't care. I need to stop prefacing everything I say with saying like you guys aren't going to believe me. I don't care. I'm just going to be honest. I know for a fact that the injury is not that bad. Straight from the horse's mouth. Not Wemby, but basically from the horse's mouth. Like, his injury's not that bad. Reevaluating on the 29th. Spurs kept winning. I mean, they won one game. They weren't... Well, I wasn't expecting us to win. I don't know how the Spurs felt. But beating the Nuggets is huge. And you're winning all your other games against teams you should beat. I mean, they can just take their time. And this is usually what the Spurs do anyways. So what was going to happen initially... is evaluate on the 29th and then figure out what they want to do from there. So I didn't hear any news as far as how the evaluation went, but let's see. He was going to be evaluated on the 29th and then evaluated on the 6th of January, right? So, oh wait, I'm sorry, 6th of December. God, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. But yeah, so if the Spurs don't play him in these next two, don't be surprised if they say, okay, we don't play him for these two, and then we start him off in the road trip, right? Because like I said, he'll be reevaluated on the 6th anyways. And if they said, we can go a few more games, then that's what they're going to do. They'll reevaluate him on the 6th, and then we'll probably see him in a couple days after that, right? And that will be a really good game to warm him up before the Cup game. So hopefully we'll have him for that. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. And you even heard Sean Elliott mention, like, oh, he could be on the road or play, one of the road games. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be this road game, the upcoming road games. I think it's going to be this Pelicans one. But we'll see. And also, our best offensive player is Dylan Harper, and our worst is Sohan. According to the stats, our best defensive player is Wemby, and worst is Sohan. I saw it on Reddit. Sohan is no good. No. You gonna give me a super chat just to talk trash about Sohan, bro? Stop doing that. I have to say it out loud. That's the rule here. You give me a super chat, I have to say it out loud. Ridiculous. No, there's context missing. Sohan minutes are all over the place. I mean, he gets 15, then he gets 6, and then he gets 12, then he gets 20, and then it's all over the place. They got him out of position. I guess that's just kind of not the issue, but the double-edged sword when it comes to him, right? Like, when you have as much versatility as he has, you can put him at power forward or center, but center is not, you're not going to get the most productive Sohan putting him at center. Now, in this game, it worked out, but a lot of games, you're not going to get the best version of him at center. So you just kind of got him all over the place. But yeah, he said he saw it on Reddit. No, what he's talking about is, I think, the offensive defensive rating or something like that. Like it is, like, you can look it up. That he's not lying. Like, that is true, but it doesn't mean much, Like, even Dylan Harper being the best offensive player, I don't think Dylan Harper's the best offensive player on this team, right? Like, maybe thus far, statistically, it might look that way, but at the end of the day, we know that Fox. Well, I was about to say Fox. Yeah. I would say Fox and Wemby are probably the best offensive players, and then Dylan Harper. But Dylan Harper is in a very concentrated role right now, where it's just attack the basket, which he's very good at doing that. But certain other players got some other responsibilities. And, as far as being the best offensive player, we could say Wemby or De'Aaron Fox, because they bring so much attention. So while it might not be showing up on that specific stat, we know, like, the amount of attention that Wemby brings makes everyone better, and it opens up offense for everyone else. So he would be the better offensive player, I think, than Dylan Harper. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Because I don't know how they would calculate that. How would you calculate in that stat? Like, how would you calculate the sheer amount of attention that a player brings, or the well, I guess they have gravity stats, but I guess that's what I mean. Just like the gravity. Does it calculate gravity? I don't think it does. But yeah. And then also the idea that Sohan's the worst defensive player is asinine. That is not true. Like, that's complete asinine. That means nothing. Oh, he's a worse offensive player than Lindy Waters, or he's a worse offensive player than David Jones-Garcia, worse defensive player than Vassell, come on. And Vassell isn't a bad defender. He's a good defender, but come on. Like, that's silly. Castle update. I haven't heard anything about Castle. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't heard anything about Castle. He should be back soon, though. He'll probably be back the same time Wemby's back, right? The Spurs are in a weird predicament, man, because when you keep winning like this, there's no rush. Because when did Wemby go down? Wemby went down. He went down after the Warriors game, right? And since then, the Spurs have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. They've gone 6 and 2. I expected us to go 10 and 3. I was expecting us to lose this game right here against the Nuggets, but they went 6 and 2. So, like, you keep the run going. I mean, I think he'll be back against the Pelicans, and then we'll go ahead and run it up on the Lakers. We're going to need him for the Lakers, by the way. Of course you would say he's the worst. You're a Sohan hater. Mitch benching Devin in crunch time. I like that Mitch have some pop in him. Dude, it's like, yeah, you want to just dive? Should we just dive straight into the game? Do we have enough people in here? I feel like we just had 200 and then it dropped. Did something happen with the live? No, you guys are still here. Huh. How soon after games do you go live? I always miss it. It's inconsistent, man. But within an hour, usually. I like to wait. Now I like to wait a little bit longer and wait that kind of hour because the post game, you know, I want to react to the post game stuff. And I hate when I go live and we're waiting here for like 30 minutes. So haters in shambles. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so the San Antonio Spurs have gone 6-2 since losing Wembanyama. Absolutely incredible, absolutely beautiful. I thought at this point we will be 5-3 because I expect the Spurs to go maybe 10-3. Now, like I told you guys, Wembanyama was reevaluated on the 29th. It was said that he was, well, it was said to me that he would also be reevaluated on the 6th. So I don't know what came out of that. I haven't inquired about it, but I do know that we should be seeing him back very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if after this Magic game and then we go against the Cleveland Cavaliers that we possibly see him on the 8th versus the Pelicans. That would actually be a really good game to warm up before facing the Lakers in what's going to be an intense cup game. Like we're going to play all out because the Spurs at this point are just seeing it as practice. And I think that no player has specifically said this, but I don't know if it was, who said it? It was one of the NBA journalists tweeted out, like he was near the locker room and he was saying that they're taking these games as if this is steps for something bigger or getting ready for something bigger, which is the playoffs, right? We're nowhere near the playoffs, but you know, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spurs are 9-0 against teams under 500. That's really good. You need to take care of the teams you can take care of. But yeah, Ho Chat ignoring Barnes, 30-piece. Barnes owns Sohan. It's so weird to me that you're pinning players against each other, okay? When I was criticizing Keldon the way I was criticizing Keldon, I was not just necessarily like pinning him up against, like this player had a good game. Suck it, Keldon. Like, that's so silly. That's so lame. Chandler, stop being lame. Anyways, but this game overall, or this stretch that they've been on has been very impressive. And I got some gripes about this Grizzlies game, and we'll go into it. But overall, man, I'm glad that they took care of business when they needed to. So before we take a look at the stats and just kind of discuss the game overall, real quick shout out to Sleeper. So if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check that out. Link in the description box. You just go over to Sleeper, you go to the picks section, and you can just make your picks, man. What do you think? Yes, who is this? Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson in the entire game, more than two 3-pointers. I'll go with it. Peyton Watson. I'll go under because it looks like he's been pretty awful when it comes to assist and rebound. But yeah, sorry. That's a fruit. Oh, that's easy. All right. Anyways, if you guys are interested, go check it out. You get a 100% match up to $100. Just use the promo code CLAN. All right, let's take a look at here. Let's take a look. Take a look, guys. Stop looking at my ugly mug and let's take a look at this. So the San Antonio Spurs face the Memphis Grizzlies, a Memphis Grizzlies team that's not very good. Okay, not very good. However, they do have 9 wins. They do have 9 wins, and they were almost 500 in away games. And they're a team that plays hard. They're a team that use quite a bit of their roster. They throw quite a few things at you. They have a pretty innovative coach, I would say. He's always giving you different looks. But at the end of the day, the San Antonio Spurs talent just kind of took over this game. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this right off the bat. This score, I'm not upset with how close it was because quite literally, first off, our defense hasn't been as strong as it was previously. Like with Wemby is a whole nother monster. The Spurs have been giving up quite a few points as of late. Here, if I go back just real quick, Yeah, we gave up 119, 125, 136. I mean, 102 is not, that's actually really great. And then 111, whatever. But it's been a few games where they've given up quite a few points. So, and I know that the Spurs are capable of being better than that, because we seen them earlier in the season where they weren't giving up many points at all. Like 92 to the Mavericks, 116 to Pelicans, okay, 107 to the Nets, 103 to the Raptors, 101 to the 107 to the Nets, 103 to the Raptors, 101 to the Heat. Like that's pretty doggone good initially. So it seems like they're falling from grace a little bit. But in this game in particular, I really think that if we just made a few shots, it seemed like our offense wasn't even ran poorly, in my opinion. I don't think it was much that Mitch could have really done. We were just missing shots, or just kind of missing opportunities, missing easy buckets, missing easy reads. It was kind of ugly at times. Like even Julian Champagnie here, right? He went 3 for 10. And he's going to be like this. He's going to be pretty inconsistent sometimes. But he went 3 for 10. Like he had good looks, Julian Champagnie had some really good looks. It just didn't go down, So yeah, it's fine. Cup winner plus 2 games will really make it meaningful. That would be really great. Yeah, that would be really great. Thanks for the super chat. Luke Cornett, 1 for 4. That's kind of weird. Oh, sorry, Mike. That's kind of weird. I ain't talking about Stranger Things. 1 for 4. I could have sworn Luke Cornett scored more than that. I guess that just shows how much of an impact he had on the game, because like I told you guys, I never look at the stats until I talk to you. 1 for 4 is crazy. I could have sworn he shot more than that. What is going on? I feel like I'm looking at the wrong game here. 5 blocks. Okay, maybe that's where it came from, where I'm like, he's really affecting the game. Maybe it was the defensive end. He also had 4 assists. This is a good game, by the way. There was a lot of assists being thrown around. Also, another thing that shocked me, and I knew this score because the game showed it, but De'Aaron Fox had 29 points. It did not feel like he had 29 points, nor did it feel like, in my opinion, that Harrison Barnes had 31. It did not feel like that in this game. That just shows you how good De'Aaron Fox is, and that shows you how efficient, I guess just how efficient and how used to I am of Harrison Barnes doing his thing, because I was shocked that he had that many points. I think when he got to the 26 mark, I was like, he got 26 points in this game? Didn't feel like it. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. Also 3 steals. I watched the whole game, guys. I remember one of them. Very impressive. Devin Vassell, he had one of his kind of stinkers. I mean, if I'm just being honest, like, he wasn't bad. He wasn't terrible in this game by any stretch of the imagination, but he could have done better. There were quite a few like easy buckets that he should be able to make, and he has made before with his eyes closed. So it is what it is. It's fine. Devin Vassell, one of his slightly off games, but is what it is. He had 5 fouls. I'm sure that got into his head. They called 1 foul in which he went at Edey. And it was I'll say this. In a playoff situation, they wouldn't have called that foul. That would have just been a strip. Well, he didn't actually strip it. It would have been a jump ball. You guys know which one I'm talking about. Any other standouts? Kelly Olynyk, I completely agreed with Mitch Johnson not playing Kelly much in this game. I know it was only 3 minutes, but this was one of those situations where we were just getting kind of bullied, when he was out there, even that short period of time. So I completely agree with that. I did like him trying some other stuff and putting David Jones-Garcia out there. He probably could have stayed out there a little bit longer, but I think he was just worried with the defense. I mean, he as soon as he got in, he got a foul called on him. He kept him in there a little bit longer, I believe, and then we went ahead and took him out. Any more negatives? One negative that I have about this game, if we go to the play-by-play, I don't know for the life of me. I'm just going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do not like the starting lineup at all. Like, I think that hold on. Actually, if I go to the box score, I do not like this. This starting lineup is just, like, funky to me. you know? It's like, if you're not hitting threes on all cylinders, I mean, it's unimportant. Like, I feel like we have some pieces where you can put in the starting lineup and just add to things we already do well, right? Like, no offense to Champagnie, no offense to Devin Vassell, but it's a big stinker when both of those guys are inconsistent. And I know that you're spreading things out. I know that it's supposed to open things up for De'Aaron Fox to be able to facilitate, but these two are quite inconsistent as far as what you're going to get out of them. And just starting a game with this lineup where it doesn't have great defense, and you have good 3-point shooting, and you have one great player that can get to the rim or bring some rim pressure, I don't like that. I don't think anybody in this lineup, other than maybe Harrison Barnes with how, good of a shooter he is, I don't think anybody's like a great shooter in this lineup. Like, I think you have some good shooters, and defense, you got some okay defense. I don't like it. I would rather the Spurs like lean on their identity or lean on something. And what that would mean for me would be maybe you move Julian Champagnie out of the starting lineup and you put in Sohan, right? All right, now you got some defense that you can add to this thing, in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, you got some defense, you got a good screener or whatever. But I understand not doing that because Luke Kornet, and I don't think him and Sohan gelled that well together, and you want to open up the court a little bit more. And it seems like Sohan's a little worried as far as taking threes. You guys said he missed threes today. I said that he only took one. Okay, anyways. But yeah, I understand that him and Kornet might not gel. But like, even if you just said, okay, I guess you can't really do it yet, can you? I was about to say Dylan Harper, but yeah, then you're kind of screwed a little bit. You get a little bit more rim pressure, you're a little screwed. I don't know. But in my opinion, it would either be Dylan Harper, Sohan, or maybe even Keldon, just to add to some resemblance. Because Keldon has been playing pretty good defense. Just some type of resemblance of some better defense out there. I don't know. I'll just say this. I don't like the starting lineup. In my opinion, I will roll with Sohan, or I will go with Dylan Harper. And you could figure it out. Dylan Harper only played 21 minutes. You can figure it out. He'll be fine. I'm not reading that. I always read these. It's on the screen. You guys can read Cap stuff. I'm not reading the Caps. I love you though. Moving on. Anyways, Keldon Johnson, another great game. I didn't know the stats, so now I'm looking at the stats. Let's see. He had a turnover. What turnover was that? What was the turnover? Oh. It was the play where he missed Sohan on the cut, held it for a little too long, and then I think they stole it. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. It wasn't like a... Yeah, I think that's what happened. But anyways, apart from that, he was great. He was absolutely great. At the end, he showed that nasty. He finished the game. I liked the guts from Mitch Johnson taking Devin Vassell out. That was really good. Because he wasn't adding much to our team. Now, anyways, I was gonna bring up the one negative thing. I ain't forgot. So, like I said, I hate the starting lineup. And I felt like the Spurs were on a little bit of a roll in the third quarter, right? Like the lineup they had out there was pretty nasty. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Sohan, was it Champagnie, Keldon, Dylan Harper, and who am I missing? Harrison Barnes. I think that was the five. That was a really good line, and I thought that they went on a little bit of a run, right? Played some good defense, had a pretty balanced offense. They were kicking some butt, right? I thought they were kicking some butt. And then as soon as, because we took the lead, right? And then our boy Mitch, or we didn't take the lead. They were up by one. Then our boy Mitch put in the starting lineup. Look at this. Harrison Barnes enters the game for Keldon Johnson. Luke Kornet enters the game for Jeremy Sohan. Devin Vassell enters the game for Dylan Harper. These were the guys. Real talk, guys. These were the guys. Keldon, Sohan and Harper were the guys keeping the Spurs afloat for a big portion of this game. And he just took all of them out because on paper is the fourth quarter. You're supposed to bring in your starting lineup. No, at least leave somebody out there. Leave Keldon out there for his rebounding. Leave Sohan out there for his defense, right? Like leave somebody out there. And as soon as they did that, as you can see right here, it was for 4 minutes. It was at 4 minutes, and they started wearing us down a little bit. We couldn't score. We didn't really do anything, and the momentum of the game definitely swung closer their way. Right? It swung closer their way. We left them out there forever. So what basically happened was the Spurs did nothing, and then Cedric Howard hit a shot, then made a free throw, and then didn't he hit a 3 too? Or am I tripping? He hit a 3, right? Where's the Cedric Howard 3? I'm not getting my quarters mixed up, am I? Pull up. Jump shot. Maybe I am getting my quarters mixed up a little bit. Or was that later? Huh, I might be tripping. Oh, it might have been right here. Okay. Yeah. So it felt like so the game definitely swung more in Memphis' direction. They started getting a little bit momentum. And then our boy Mitch ended up putting in some of those other players that we needed to be in there to begin with. They should have just started the fourth with them. And then after that, it got a little rough. And then he just replaced Fasel with Keldon, I believe. Keldon ends the game. Oh, no, he ends the game for De'Aaron Fox. Oh, wait. No. I'm right. Let's see, Harrison. De'Aaron Fox ends the game for Jeremy Sohan. And then Luke Cornett entered for Dylan Harper. It was fine. But as long Devin Fasel was out in the starting lineup, so it was good. I really do just think it's like this, okay? This is just how I feel. I think with this starting lineup, I would have either Julian or Devin Fasel out of the starting lineup. And I would just lean heavier on either rim pressure or lean heavier on defensive identity when it comes to that. But I know it's really messy without Wemby. And this is one of those games you couldn't really play Olynyk that much. So maybe I'm complaining at this point. But I just don't like our starting lineup, and I wish we would just try something different. Because I just don't think it's that good. But the Spurs' strength at the end of the day is their depth. Like so many players you can play. Anyways, I'm done yapping about that. Moving on. Sohan was excellent all game long. Defense was on point. He undoubtedly, I really want you guys, because I know a lot of people talk trash about Sohan. In the last few games, people have brought up, like, look at his stats. He's not scoring that much. But I really encourage you guys to pay attention to him all game long. Like, try to key in on Sohan defensively, because he is communicating well. He is moving well. Like when he does, he's playing the lanes perfectly. Like, his defense is really great. He rotates dang near perfect. His defense is just really solid. It's very solid. You can make some comments about his offense. You can say, okay, he needs to shoot better. Yeah, obviously he needs to shoot better. But I also think that his leash is very short, to the point where he had a wide open 3 in this game and he just said, nope, I'm not taking it. Because I think that his leash is just too short. Because I think he got pulled as soon as he missed the 3 earlier in this game, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, my point is his defense is very excellent, and I wish people would more so pay attention to that, because he's not like what Carter Bryant is going to be. Like, I think Carter Bryant defensively, it's going to show up in the stat sheet. Like, he's going to have some crazy blocks. He's going to have some very hype plays. Sohan, actually, I think it bites him a little bit how conservative he is. But Sohan is quite conservative on the defensive end. Like, he just makes it difficult for you to score. That's what he's about. He's chippy, and he makes it very difficult for you. That's it. He doesn't create a bunch. It was cool that he got 2 steals today, but typically that's not what you're going to see. He typically don't make those type of plays. He just makes it very difficult on you. He's a really good, solid defender. And you can see him all over the court doing a great job defensively. So, yeah, dang near perfect, I think, as far as what he is and what you need him to do. He's basically perfect at it. And then also, one thing I really liked about this game is the Spurs started finding him. Like, he's 5 for 6, very efficient. I thought Keldon 4 for 8. I think that's pretty efficient, 50%. That ain't bad. But, like, that 5 for 6 was really nice because they were finding him on these cuts. I was like, man, it's like no one finds him. It's like Dylan Harper and Wembanyama. Those are the 2 players that I think of that actually find Sohan on cuts. But in this game, it was those, well, not Wemby. It was Dylan Harper, and then a couple other guys found him. So that was nice to see. So hopefully they see it, because these are like some really easy buckets that we're just leaving out there. Because he fills up the lane so perfectly. And that's how you got to use him. He is what he is. He's not going to be a star. He's not going to be a superstar, nothing like that. But what you need him to do, he can do it. He could have had more minutes in this game as well. But every minute he was in, if it was felt, he did a good job. Dylan Harper, oh my God. Dylan Harper is so fast. He's so strong. He had the most assists in this game. Like I said, big part of it was finding Sohan. I think 2 or 3 of those assists, half of his assists basically was Sohan. Oh, my phone is messing up. But yeah, a lot of his assists were getting like those easy dump offs. So that was really nice. High IQ, did a great job. No complaints from me. He's awesome. The only thing now, I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, Wemby and Castle comes back. What do you do? Right? Like, what do you do? Wemby starts, but then I'm asking myself, should Castle start? You put Wemby in the starting lineup. You put Castle back in there? Or do you have Castle come off the bench with Dylan? I don't know. Because I don't want Fasell to be a small forward. And I don't really want Castle to be a small forward. But then again, that's what the Spurs are missing, right? We're missing a wing. I know we have a lot of depth. We're not shy on guards. We're just missing wings, man. We need like one solid star caliber wing. Or near star caliber wing. That would be really nice. You get that, you're a nasty team, man. I think that's the one thing the Spurs are missing. That's what Carter is for. No, that's what I think. I think Carter can be that. He's going to have to get more and more and more reps, and he won't be that this season. I don't even know if he'll be that next season, but I'm hoping he can be that. But I wouldn't be opposed to the Spurs trying to get them another wing. Trade Sohan for a wing. I just think Sohan is just very valuable, man. I feel like if you can't find a place for, because Sohan's game, you can kind of use it just like almost any team can kind of use his game. It's just fundamentally sound. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'm not going to start throwing out players to trade, but yeah, if the Spurs can find a way to get them a wing, I don't know. Our front office is so doggone good. I mean, it's like we find a way to get players for nothing. So I'm not even going to throw that out there. And also, he's about to be a restricted free agent. So keep in mind that Sohan's value would be the lowest it could possibly be right now. Trying to get a star wing for Sohan would be nearly impossible, I think. And I don't think the Spurs would even want to do that. Did Clan mention Barnes? Yes, I mentioned Barnes. I said that it's like crazy how good he is. Like, you just kind of get used to it. He has to be like the most efficient. Is he one of the most efficient 3-point shooters in the league? He has to. Let me see. He has to be. Let's go to stats. Guys, don't look now, but he's literally having his second best shooting performance throughout his entire career. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Crazy. Remember Clan thought Sohan was better than Barnes? What? Sohan's a better defender than Barnes for sure, yeah. But like, when did I say? I don't think I ever said that. You guys just make up your own headcanon, I swear to God. I never once said that. You guys just make things up. You make up things to be mad about. I think at one point I said, and I still feel this way, Sohan should start next to Wemby. And then you said, you mean you want Barnes out of start? And I was like, no, I want Barnes as small forward. But you said, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. You kind of did. Okay, I'm gonna be kind to Larry because Larry's very nice. When did I say that, Larry? I ain't listening to Caps and who was the other person that said it? And Chandler. I ain't listening to them, right? When did I say that, Larry, buddy? You want to tell me? I'm Butt. You want to tell me, Butt? I'm all ears, Larry. Shut up, Chandler. I'm all ears. You want to tell me, buddy? Like you said, the starting lineup. Oh, Larry, you misunderstood. You misunderstood. What I was saying was I wanted Sohan to start and Harrison Barnes at small forward. Okay? All right, buddy? All right. Glad we had this talk. Right now, how our starting lineup is, it's just ugly. I don't think Sohan next to Cornette is necessary, but I wouldn't be opposed to Keldon next to Cornette, just to add that little bit of rebounding. Also, I think Keldon's been shooting pretty well lately, right? He went on a long spell of shooting poorly, but I think he's been good, maybe. Yeah, Keldon's been great. Look at his three-point shooting. He was so bad at one point. Yeah, it was multiple games without a three. Multiple games. And then against Atlanta, he found the hot hand, and every time now it's 60%, 67%, 40%, 50%, 50%. Yeah, why not, bro? Put him in the starting lineup. Just for now. This won't be a long-term solution. I just don't like our starting lineup right now. That's all. He's been great. Keldon's been great. So yeah, overall, I think Mitch Johnson showed a little bit of flexibility. Fourth quarter, I still don't understand, like, literally, oh, it's the fourth quarter, let's put all of our starters in. I don't quite understand that. I feel like you could have left at least one of those players from that had the hot hand or was doing quite well out there. Keep them on the court. I didn't like the paper says that we need to put our starting lineup out there. I don't like that. I wish we would stop doing that. But pretty good basketball today. I think the Spurs just missed a lot of shots early on. So it was ugly basketball, but I don't think it was Mitch Johnson's fault. I think it was just one of those games, man, where some stuff just wasn't falling. It was weird. But yeah, I'm fully content if you stripped Julian Champagnie from the starting lineup for a minute. I think you'll be fine. Also, I like Dylan Harper having that weapon, that extra offensive weapon right there in Julian Champagnie. I like it. I think it'd be good. He deserves that weapon. Anyways, Cornette, what about him? This year is the year of the screen. Yes. I can't believe you guys got onto me for saying that Sohan is an excellent screener. Like, it's basketball, guys. Like, we act like that's not important now. It's basketball. Look at freaking Steph Curry. Look at Steph Curry and Draymond. It's important. Cornette had 5 blocks. Oh, I brought it up. Screens over threes. I never said screens over threes. But screens help create threes. Sohan is a connector. He's a glue guy. He amplifies those around him. He's good at doing that. That's what he is. And you got to use him that way. He's not going to be your star scorer. He's not going to be a superstar out there. You know, he's not going to cross you up. He's going to play good, fundamental basketball, find the open man, make the right screens, make the right reads, make the right cuts, play fundamental defense. That's what he's going to do. Solid. And if he can add more to his game, the better, but solid. That's what you need him to do. That's what you're asking him to do. And screens are important. I mean, like I said, that one game, I can't remember what game it was, but that one game, passed it off to Julian Champagny, gave a beautiful screen. Who was it? Who was it? That Jamal Murray. It was against the Nuggets. Jamal Murray tried to fight over it, fouled him, boom, 4-point play. Another one happened again. Tried to fight over the screen, fouled him, free throw line for 3. And that was a very important moment in that game in the third quarter. And it was about 3 or 4 plays in a row like that. So yeah, it's important. Screens are important. Literally the only gripe that people have about Wemby is his screening. Like, that's, if it's not so important, then why do people bring that up? It's important. Anyways. You guys tripping. Who's going to pay Sohan? We are. And you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. We are. Sohan already a Hall of Fame screen setter. I can't believe you guys trolling me on this. You guys know more, you know basketball. You know screens are important. Shut up. All right, moving on. Ooh. Do we have oh, shoot. No. Don't. No. Crap. There we go.
What was going through your mind?
What the heck? This is the longest. Okay. I like Jeremy because you need that guy who steps into those arguments and fights. Dude, he was chippy even this game. He was getting under Edie's skin. Or not Edie. It was, wait, was it Edie? It was Edie, right? That scuffle? That was Edie. Yeah, he gets under your skin. He's irritating. That's what you like, though. That's what you need. It was Edie. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, I couldn't remember. I was like, yeah, that was Edie that Sohan got under his skin. All right, so who we gonna listen to first? Mitch or Dylan? Mitch or Dylan? Mitch. We're gonna do Mitch. You just hate at this point. All bark, no bite. Welcome to the NBA. Anyways, before we do that, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested at all in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Or if you don't care about that at all, man, head on over to the homepage. And if you go to the NBA section on the homepage, you have a bunch of updates as far as news, injury reports, highlights, just anything that's going on around the NBA. You can see it on Sleeper. So go check out the app, link in the description box. And like I said, if you support the sponsor, you support the channel. So go check it out. Big shout out to Sleeper on that one. All right, sorry. Let's listen. Oh, he looked crazy. He looked like R.C. Buford's mugshot a little bit.
Finished.
I did. We made plays on both ends and on the boards.
Clan do the over and under on Sohan screens. Shut up. Oh my God. Why are y'all like this, bro? Oh my God. Oh my God. Screens are important. I don't know why you act like screens are important. Screens are important. Jeez. So Sohan's good at a lot of things. It's not just screens. If he was just a screen setter, okay, I'm with you. He needs to be out of here. But he could do other stuff. Haters, it's crazy. It's funny though. You love it, Clan. It's funny. It is funny. Screen Man of the Year. It is funny. It is funny. But he can do a lot of stuff. I was just bringing up that game because it was one game, and now everyone like clipped it and runs with it. It was one game in which statistically he didn't look like he did much, but when you watched the game and paid attention, there were many plays that involved him that we ended up not did we take the lead in the third? We went on a run because we were down like crazy, and we went on a run, and I was like, that was an important part of the game, and everyone had a piece of the pie in winning that game. So I didn't like signaling out one player who went 1 for 2 because it's like, oh, he didn't score, because he did other stuff. Players did other stuff. Okay, people do. Basketball isn't just like scoring. There's a lot more to basketball. You can create for your teammates. He amplifies talent. That's what he does. He can make you better. Anyways, not in a LeBron way, kind of in a Draymond way.
And some physicality.
Yeah, screen is very important. Screening is very important. Thank you, RQ. Wait, I think you might be trolling me. RQ might be trolling me.
Wanted it more consistently throughout, but they finished strong. We finished strong.
How the team rallied in that fourth period.
He said they, and then he said we. I'm gonna cry.
You always harp on the maturity aspect of this team. Consider that another progress in that department, the maturity on the court.
Yeah. The competitive response has been pretty good all year. You know, they got up, I believe, 108 or 109 to 101, 109, I believe. And we went on a run after that. And we're just trying to do it more consistently of the 48 minutes. But again, we're going to continue to nitpick and be on them, but they did a good job. And they finished, and sometimes you just got to get it done, and that's what they did tonight.
Since you brought up 108, you think it was 108, 105 when Dylan had the ball in the corner. He hits a corner three, and then the next possession he had.
Why are y'all trolling me, bro? I can't focus. Let me focus on what my coach is saying right now. Let me focus on my coach, all right? Jeez, we need a screen counter. That's what you tell a kid after their youth league game. Good screen out there, buddy. You're doing amazing. No, he does more than just screen.
Same spot and drive.
He's our second best defender on the team.
For a basket. I mean, is that just another sign of his progress?
Yeah, I mean, he's played now, I think, 8 games. He's got the ball in his hands.
Oh, now Mitch is his coach. Yeah, he's my coach now. He's my coach today. He's been my coach. He's my coach, whether at times I want him to be or not. He's my coach. He's my coach.
We're on him about team defense. He's got a lot. He's trying to get in real NBA game shape. You know, Carter, those young guys are doing great. They're, drinking out of a fire hose right now, and they're giving us their physicality and their competitiveness, and we'll take it, and we'll continue to harp on them to trying to clean it up.
Is that a saying I just don't know? They're drinking out of a water hose. Is that supposed to like represent when you're like balling outside with your boys? You just grinding and then you drink out of a water hose, just to stay hydrated. You don't even go back in the house. Is that where that came from? Why have I never heard this before? Oh yeah, that's a fire hose. Yeah, not a water hose. I don't know. I don't. Am I tripping? What is this? Fire hose? They're drinking out of a fire hose, right? Hold on.
And we'll take it. And they're giving us their physicality and their competitiveness, and we'll take it, and we'll continue to harp on him to trying to clean it up and not try to repeat his mistakes as much. Defense, he's got a lot. He's trying to get in real NBA game shape. Carter, those young guys are doing great. They're, drinking out of a fire hose right now, and
I don't get it.
They're giving us their physicality and their competitiveness, and we'll take it, and we'll continue to harp on him to trying to clean it up.
What is it about drinking out of a fire hose? They're drinking out of a fire hose. What?
And not try to repeat his mistakes as much as possible.
Coach, when it comes to De'Aaron down the stretch, is it one of those, what else is there to say? I mean, the way he just takes control, and he's seemingly more and more comfortable with every game. Obviously, it stands to reason, right? But just taking command on the stretch of close games like this.
Yeah, there's certain guys in this league that have the talent.
Drinking out of a fire hose means to be overwhelmed by a huge amount of information, work, or task at once, similar to how a person would be in a literal impossible situation of trying to drink water from a powerful fire hose. Oh. Okay, so they're just learning a lot. Okay, why did I never hear this before?
Talent, the confidence, the wherewithal, the understanding of how
You
to
should Google when the screen was invented before no one knew how to play basketball.
walk a game down, and he knows how to do that. And you know, if we can get to that 4 or 5 minute mark, he has a good idea of what to do. Doesn't mean it always works, doesn't mean make every shot, but just having that mental bank database of what to do, how to do it, and how you want to manipulate and dictate things at times.
The basketball screen was not invented at a single time, but evolved over the game's history, becoming a key part of the 1990s.
Is helpful in this league, especially when you're dynamic as he is, and we've seen that a few times this year, obviously.
It's nice to see Jeremy contribute.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see everybody contribute, but Jeremy was great. I mean, his energy got out, and I think in the first couple minutes he was in the game, caused a steal, got to the rim, had a couple times the ball changed sides. He got right into a 0.5 and kept the pace in the half court, and he had a great game.
Who do we say? Did he say Jeremy?
Game, caused a steal, got to the rim, ready to contribute, but
Clan slow? A little bit.
Jeremy was great. I mean, his energy got out, and I think in the first couple minutes he was in the game, caused a steal, got to the rim, had a couple times the ball changed sides. He got right into a 0.5 and kept the pace in the half court, and he had a great game.
Harrison Barnes, coach at a Spurs high, 31 for him in his year and a half or year whatever plus since he's been here. But you just kind of speak to what he gives you night in and night out, and seemingly whatever you need, you know, he's ready to give you.
Yeah, again, it was a frustrating start in terms of some attention to detail and some urgency in ways, and he seems to always have a knack for stepping it up when we need it the most, especially when we're in that lull a little bit. And he's a pro's pro.
Right now, he's talking about Barnes.
Stepping up.
He's talking about Sohan. Sohan is a Michael Jordan of screen setters. That's true, though.
Keldon Johnson, how do you feel like he stepped up in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought he got back to
Good job. Good job, Carolina. Good question.
trust in his instincts. I thought a little bit in the first 3 quarters he was trying to make plays or maybe thinking through possessions, and I think everybody that's seen Keldon play knows he's better when he's leaning more into the competitiveness, instinctual, not trying to be perfect. And I think that's
This was a game that you could certainly use Keldon in that moment, and it really worked and it really helped. I still don't know how. Well, we have so much depth till it doesn't matter, right? You don't have to do this. I still don't know how I feel about Keldon when we're going against a much better defensive team down the stretch, into the fourth, where things have to slow down. Because that, instinctual competitiveness or whatnot, that doesn't really pan out that well. You got to be smart with the ball. But I haven't had any complaints this season. But then again, we haven't really finished any games with Keldon either, really. So
what we saw in the fourth quarter, his energy and physicality at times, and next thing you know, the ball finds you in good moments, and you're able
and overall, Keldon's playing smarter, by the way. For the most part, he's playing smarter. And defensively, he looks better. I know our team as a whole looks better defensively, but individually, he looks better.
make plays.
You talked before the game about bringing the hard hat. You've talked about physicality and playing for 48 minutes. Do you think that these young guys, especially now that they look up in the standings and see that they're right there, that there has been this, I guess, elevated sense of
Winning is contagious.
urgency this season, and that being in these competitive games sort of brings out that physicality, that force, that playing with force?
Yeah, I think so, and I think
Shut up, Caps.
it doesn't matter. But we talked about it day one of camp and even before camp. Obviously the records our narratives and talking points, which I understand. I'm not trying to downplay or anything like that, but that the way we want to play is how we want to play, and it's it's quite demanding, physically, mentally.
Someone make a Sohan screen compilation, bro. Y'all suck, man. I'm sorry, Coach. What were you saying, Coach? I'm sorry.
Narratives and talking points, which I understand. I'm not trying to downplay or anything like that, but that the way we want to play is how we want to play, and it's it's quite demanding, physically, mentally, and emotionally of what we ask of them, and we're not going to compromise that. And I think they've seen some individual and collective success at times, and I think there's a lot to improve upon, and it's something that we're just going to continue to commit to.
Maybe I'm just in a good mood. But is it possible where the Spurs have been doing everything by building blocks, right? Like basically perfectly. Let's just be real. Like this rebuild has not, it couldn't have gone more perfect than it has. We had one slip up with the Primo guy doing what Primo did, and we don't talk about Primo here. But like, other than that, this has been basically a flawless rebuild. And I'm wondering, when we complain, or at least I complain, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when I complain about the lack of plays being drawn and, lineups, obviously that still needs to be improved, I think. But like all these different things that the Spurs aren't necessarily doing, if we're doing everything based on building blocks, do you think that right now is the building block of just instilling culture? Like just the sheer amount of effort will always be played at that level, and that's what you're focusing in on. Like obviously there's so many different things that they're working on, but like that's kind of like the heart of it all. Is that fast-paced effort, push it effort, because we have quite a few young guys, right? And then Dylan Harper obviously being very, very young. But his biggest strength is getting to the rim. You added in De'Aaron Fox. His biggest strength is getting to the rim. He can do quite a few things, but getting to the rim, his speed, that's his strength. Stopping on a dime, that type of jazz. And I'm wondering if that's just kind of a building block to something next. I don't know. Culture has been in place, but effort, yes. I wonder if you just start with that. Spurs culture is screens. True. I think we're building around Sohan. I think that makes a lot of sense. Sohan, the first generational screener. I cannot believe you guys are using that against me. Screens are important. I don't know. I should expect that. When a guy scores 2 points in a game and has like a couple assists, and you bring up the actual footage, you bring up the actual game, you guys don't want to listen to me. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Barnes had 31 points. Yay! I'll just do that. That'll be our breakdown of games. Guys. De'Aaron Fox had 29 points. Yay! He scored points. He made points. He made ball go in basket. Harrison Barnes, 31. Yay! That's what you guys want. That's the breakdown you want. That's what you like. You guys love that. You guys love it. Look, they're clapping. Look, they're clapping. Look how excited they are. Look at that. They're so excited. 31 points, 29 points. That's a lot of points. Yay! Claps like Seal. Yeah, yay. I talk about the actual game. Like, Sohan was involved in some really big plays. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. He didn't have 31 points, 29 points. Yay! Whatever. Only count screens. I hate y'all, bro. I hate y'all so much. God, I hate y'all so much. Okay. He leads the league in screens per game. Y'all suck so bad, bro. He's a good screener, okay? He is. He's a very good screener. I would argue he's the best screener. Well, no, I'll say Cornette is. I think Cornette's the best screener on the team. And then I would say Sohan. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna roll with. If Wemby was a better screener, bro. Oh my God. What will the league come to? I'll be honest with you, I don't want to listen to Harrison Barnes. I love Harrison Barnes. I know everything. I can answer every question that they ask him.
What was going through your mind?
All right. I'm telling you. We play tomorrow. What am I doing? These won't be uploaded anyways. All right. This is all love right here. This is love right here. The fact that I'm going over this is love, okay? Because this won't be uploaded, so. Yeah, there's like no point. Because, yeah, we're not posting it because we literally play tomorrow. Let's take a look at this, though.
In that fourth period, when you get that 3 down.
I'm not posting it.
We got to win. That's the biggest thing. Just trying to get stops. Not worried too much about the offensive end, but just how can we get stops and just running pace and just get in transition. And I think my teammates did a great job of finding me from that 3 ball from Julian to I got off the handoff and my teammates just gave me space to go operate.
What kind of confidence has been instilled in you, just like being empowered to take the offense sort of into your hand, especially when you're on the floor, you got guys missing, all this stuff, the team.
He is just good right off the bat. I hate it. I hate that people like disagree with me on that. I knew he would be good right out the gate. It shouldn't have been that controversial because quite a few of you guys did believe or agree, but like some people were like, "Nah, it's too early." It's like, dude, have you watched him at all? Like, he is really great. I don't know. Harper disrespecting Sohan screening.
Trust you.
I mean, I think the coaching staff does a great job in instilling that confidence in them and the players to the vets. I think they trust me. They see all the work I put in, and they see, obviously, practice day to day, what I can do on the floor and what I bring to the table. So just having that trust from them and just showing them the work I put in, and they respecting it.
Dylan, whether it's been your transition to the NBA or
We have 3 starting caliber guards. Yeah. I would say no, I won't go that far. I'll say, yeah, we have 3. I was about to say we have 2 starting caliber point guards. That's not true. I don't think but just starting guards, yeah.
working your way back from injury, just seems like it's been seamless in terms of you getting back on the court and getting on the court to begin with. I know you've been around the game your whole
I mean, we can talk about Carter also. Carter's been great.
life, and that's a big part. But any other factors that you think go into why, this transition for you has seemed like it's gone so well right from the get-go?
I mean, that's good that y'all see that seamless. This whole transition been a lot. But I think just my preparation. I think that's something I've been big on forever since high school. Just how do I approach the game every day? How do I find ways to get better every day? How do I just go out there with the mindset of I got to do whatever I got to do to win? And I think that mindset carries over from everything, and once I make a mistake or something like that, it's all right, on to the next play because we got to go win.
Going to the rim against Gobert on Sunday.
Screw you guys, man.
Today. What's your mentality when you go to big guy like that? It seems like you aren't intimidated by that.
I mean, just try to test them. I mean, I play with no fear. I think getting downhill, seeing it a couple
times. Did they mention Gobert? But that is true. When he went, that was something that actually shocked me. Guys, I think back, and this is one of those moments, man. Like, and this is kind of what pissed me off about you guys, okay? A lot of you guys been fans for a while, and this pisses me off. So I think back on the 2014 run, right? You guys recall, I think it was OKC, right? When we had to go against Serge Ibaka. You guys remember how the entire team was avoiding him? Like, actively avoiding him? And then the game, and we lost that game, but the game ended with, oh God, what's his name? Why am I doing Corey Joseph? With Corey Joseph dunking on him. I contributed Corey Joseph to, not fully, obviously, but like partly turning that series around. And when people talk about Corey Joseph, talk to any Spurs fan that was watching the Spurs in 2014. Everyone claims up and down how great Corey Joseph was. Oh, he was a great bench guy. Oh, he was just a good player. Oh, he was so good for us. Everyone says that. But it's only because the Spurs were winning. Right? But people can give him credit where credit is due when the Spurs are winning and we won a championship and everything's like, you know, peaches and cream and rainbows and roses, right? But like then you take the nuance of a player like Sohan, and you can't see the impact that he's having or the impact he can have on the team. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me because he's a much better player than Corey Joseph was. But you can sit back, if you talk to any fan about Corey Joseph, they'll say how good Corey Joseph was. And he had that one memorable play. That one memorable play. But anyways, I was just saying that to say this. I think Dylan Harper, I think is pretty great. That he has no fear, and you have to do that. You have to test him. Like, if you're good as a shot blocker, yeah, I know on paper you're a great shot blocker. Well, block my shot. You know, like that. That's what you got to do. He was cooking Gobert, by the way.
See if I can get a layup in one or two. Because, you know, once you get a layup over someone that tall, someone who plays such good defense, I think your confidence goes up. So I think just testing them out and just having that confidence that I could go to the rim against anyone.
Yeah, he can have big impact if we just give him consistent minutes, user, but also if you put him in his primary position. Right now, the Spurs are in a weird place. Olynyk isn't always the most playable just because defensively, I still think you can use him, but defensively is pretty rough. So you have to find a way. But this is why I think he just pairs best with Wemby. Like, that's how you're going to get the... And it's not just a matter of, give him his points. He might still not score a bunch of points. But he is going to make other players better. I like him next to Wemby. Wemby finds him easily. They find each other. I think this season, the short period that they played together, I thought that they looked pretty good on the court together. Also, high IQ players as well, right? It just helps. It just helps use him in the center position so often. But I don't know.
Spurs fans
Did it last season. I didn't care for it. Now we got to do it again, I guess.
Are saying that they want you here in San Antonio long term. How has the support from the city been?
It's been great. I mean, I asked Biz today. It was like 20 on the clock. I said, Biz, the game gonna be dead, ain't it? Biz said, all right, we'll wait till the second quarter. The second quarter, you look up, it's packed. So, I mean, they've been great. All the DMs you get, all the love you get, whether it's regular day life, whatever you're doing.
I'm about to send him a DM. Send him a DM. Let's see here. Keep doing your thing, man. Big fan. Also, you utilize Sohan's screens very well. Send. Okay. That's my message to him. You guys can't see it, can you? You can't really see it. That's what I said, though. I said, keep doing your thing, man. Big fan. Also, you utilize Sohan screens very well. There we go. All right. So now when he says he gets DMs, he's talking about me, too.
And just all around has been great. And I love our fans. I think they show up tremendously.
So you read your DMs from Spurs fans?
Yeah. I don't answer. I don't answer. Because I'm not I'm not gonna answer, and then you get a screenshot, post on Twitter. Nah, I look at him though. Sitting in the house bored, ain't nothing to do. Just go see what DM's talking about. But nah, I don't answer.
He should not have. He should not have answered. I see. This is why I like listening to him over Harrison Barnes. You do not answer that question. You know how many DMs he's gonna get. I just sent him one.
To your own DMs.
Hey man, I disabled my Instagram for a little bit. And no DMs.
Mitch talked about just the way that you guys like to be around each other, talking about Vic and Steph going through their injury stuff and not being able to be with y'all all the time. He just talked about how this group is so close. How has that helped just in their absence to be able to stay afloat without guys like them?
I mean, it's great. I think our chemistry is probably one of the reasons why we're so good, and I think we're trending in the right direction. I think from the youngest guys, the rookies, all the way up to the vets, I think we all share a connection, that bond. Like, we all play video games together. We all hang out at each other's house. Like, if we on the road, we go out to eat the dinner. We just do things I don't think.
That's that culture we were talking about earlier, right? Like, that never stopped. We were so afraid that would stop when Duncan retired, but no, it's just embedded in the culture now. Like, make sure, like, you guys are... Yeah, first off, you got to get the right type of attitudes around each other. And then, you know, obviously, it pans out like this.
A lot of teams do when it comes to just connecting. You know, we're going to play a card game, a board game, like in the treatment room right when we land, stuff like that. So just little things like that I think nobody sees but gives us a little bit of an edge.
What's the go-to board game?
There's a lot. There's a lot of board games. I can't even tell you because there's so many. Vic gonna get mad at me, so I'm not gonna give out his board games.
And unless there's been an overlap, Dylan, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Sounds like you don't have a favorite board game. That's like when they asked Trump what's his favorite Bible verse. Oh, there's so many. I love all of them. I love all of the verses. There's so many.
You, De'Aaron, Vic, and Steph have not been healthy at the same time.
Yeah.
So how often do you think about what that's going to be like?
I mean, it's scary. I think what we all bring to the table, what everyone brings to the table, I think, like you just said, we all haven't played together. And then when you add that with Devin, Julian, HB, Luke, who he is, you know, if the energy low, he's going to pick it up. He's that one guy with, no matter what, he's always going to stay the same. And just his preparation and work is probably what I take from him the most.
Thanks, Dylan.
Appreciate it.
I love listening to Dylan Harper speak. Oh my God. He at least he's at least honest. All right, Harrison Barnes is honest, but he's boring. He's really great, but he's boring. Anyways. Why are y'all talking about screens? Because screens win championships. You guys are ridiculous. It's important. It's important. You know, I hope you know, now that you guys are doubling down on this, I'm a quadruple down on this, okay? I'm gonna tweet it every single time he gives a good screen. I'm tweeting it out. I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Anyways, all right, that's a wrap. I'm actually gonna hop off. I appreciate all the love. Okay, we went for 1 hour and 15. That's longer than I expected. Actually, I'll stay on with you guys for a little longer. I'll talk to you while I upload. Yeah, I'll talk to you while I upload this real quick. Click on Harrison Barnes. Oh. Okay, you can listen to Harrison Barnes. I'm doing something. Well, I guess I could do it. I guess you guys can look at Harrison Barnes. Hold on, just give
You
me a
never
second.
know when the night is, when that you're going to be expected to carry the scoring load. When did you know tonight that this was going to be one of those type of nights?
You know, I had no
It was
idea.
like one of those kind of nights.
In the Minnesota game, I think I
hate that Eminem song because, like, the one with Ed Sheeran, because it can be so good, but he's not even playing up. I mean, that song really bothers me, bro. I hate that Eminem song. And you guys know I love Eminem. What is it? Those kind of nights. I hate this song. I hate it. Because Eminem could really play on the fact that he's older. And like it's like a club song, right? He can play on the fact that he's older and make jokes about it, but he doesn't do that. He talks about the good old days. Wait. Then he makes like lame jokes. Yeah, it's right here. Yes. This beat's taking me back to my D12 days when we hit the club to go in hell race. What's this? Stop. just talk about today. Just talk about day. Say you're like an old man going for a 21-year-old or something and make a joke about it. I don't know. Because I like the chorus a lot. And I was like, Eminem, and he doesn't ruin. I mean, Eminem's a phenomenal rapper. GOAT. Greatest of all time. My favorite rapper of all time. But man, that song pissed me off. I was like, oh, because I really like the chorus and everything. I like the beat. And yeah, make a song about screens. For real.
Made my first shot and barely made another one after that. Tonight I made my first 3, bricked the next 3, right? So you just never know.
You guys love listening to Harrison Barnes. I
try to
swear
go out
to
there and
God.
be aggressive, and I think that's the biggest thing that the coaching staff was telling us that they wanted to see from tonight as opposed to the other night.
Are you aware, Harrison, that tonight marks your Spurs high? 31 is the most you've scored since you've been here.
Man, it's nice.
You guys like this?
When you see Jeremy,
You guys enjoy this? Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Nice. Cool. All right. Awesome. Okay. You guys enjoy this? I love Harrison Barnes, man, but come on.
scrapping on that floor, fighting for the ball and get a little tangled up
Nice.
in that first half. What does that do for the team? When you see him getting that active, does that kind of give you all that charge y'all need to carry over into the game?
Absolutely. I think that anytime, you see guys putting their body on the line, I mean, Jeremy hitting the deck, Keldon hitting the deck, Luke, I don't know how many times Luke tonight was hit in the face or was on the ground for something, you know what I mean? Like, that's the commitment that guys are making towards winning, you know what I mean? So I think, it's obviously easy to see the highlight plays and the offensive side of things, the prettier side, but the gritty part of.
That's why Sohan is important.
The plays that like Jeremy made in that example, that's what carries our team.
Jeremy Sohan is important towards the team, and you guys just don't know it because all you do is look at the box score after the game to determine how well a player played without looking at the nuances of that individual player and what they brought and how they impact winning. You don't care about that. You only care about, did he score 31 points? Did he score 29? Did he score 40?
Picture-wise, Harrison, I think you guys are 6-2 since Victor went down. I know every team deals with injuries, but what do you think has been the key to kind of weathering that?
Honestly, just everyone being ready. I mean, I think we've seen in different games, whether it's Kelly Olynyk stepping up, whether it's David Jones-Garcia stepping up, whether it's Julian, Devin, Keldon, whoever it is, Carter coming in tonight, Dylan playing well, Jeremy, whoever it is, just feeling that need. Obviously, we can't replace what Vic brings to the game, on both sides of the floor, but I think.
But you got the close thing to it in Sohan. I already know that's what he's about to say. Should I continue?
Just winning in different lineups, I think, gives a different confidence to a group that what we're doing as a collective is the right path.
He didn't say what I thought he was going to say.
Before the game about from the start of camp up till now that there have, with all the injuries, absences, and stuff like this, lost or roster and lineup flux, that it's sort of empowered people along the way to figure out things on the offensive end. Is that kind of what's allowed y'all to keep this thing humming, like even without Vic and Steph in there?
Absolutely. I think we came into.
Yeah, it's like a fire hose in your mouth. Did I use it right?
The summer talking about depth. We came into the training camp talking about depth, and you don't really see that when everyone's healthy just because of rotation and minutes and how things go. But I think as the season has gone on, I think everyone now has a very clear idea of what those cliche things are. Make sure you're ready, stay ready, make sure that, we have a lot of depth, different guys are going to step up and win games. And I think throughout this season, I don't know how many different lineups that we've had out in games or finishing games, starting games, whatever it may be, but I think
Starting games, we've had the same lineups Barnes. Don't even start. Don't even start. Don't even start. We've had the same starting lineup.
Everyone has had an opportunity to.
Or maybe he just means because guys been hurt. Maybe that's what he means actually. I'll leave him alone. But it's like literally one guy
come in and impact winning, and I think that's going to continue to be a driving force for us for the rest of the season.
Harrison, along the lines of the collective, I know guys will look at different things they can do when you guys are shorthanded to kind of raise the level of the team. For you specifically, is scoring one of those things for you that you look to do more of when you guys are shorthanded?
No, I think the biggest thing that I try to do is just move without the basketball. I think there's enough, people who can score. I think you look at the Denver game, right? I mean, the way Devin had an unbelievable fourth quarter, Julian playing lights out, even though we lost, I think the things that you can take from the Minnesota game, the way Keldon played, there's always somebody who can score the basketball, right? I think my job is mostly to try to go in there and make good decisions, try to move without the basketball, try to just keep the continuity going, because like I said, have different lineups than what we are used to doing, or different play calls that we're used to doing, and try to figure it out on the fly.
Play calls? Why are you lying? What do you mean play calls? You legit think we have play calls? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I want Harrison to be my corner hype coach. Nice. Good job. Great. Good job. Nice. He could score 80 and be like, nice, cool. I actually am shocked that 31 is his highest scoring game, because I felt like he's had some really good showings already. So I thought he would have already hit 31. That's how good he's been. Sohan's going on the cover of the next thumbnail. I'm a Sohan enjoyer myself. There we go. Making the thumbnail as we speak. He's gonna be on the front of it. Be screening on the thumbnail. That would be very funny. I don't know if I could just find a random Sohan screen. That would actually be funny. No one would get it but y'all, though. All right, we're about. Oops. Can you guys hear the background music okay? I feel like the last video I uploaded, the background music, I couldn't hear it. And I don't really know why. So can you hear it okay? It shouldn't be turned up at all, should it? It's good. Sometimes it's too low or too high, but it's perfect. Okay. I don't mess with it at all. That's the crazy part. Yeah, I don't mess with it. It's crazy to think that at one point we used to go live and it used to just be quiet. Like, that's weird, man. It feels wrong. All right, so since we play tomorrow, I'm gonna have this uploaded like right at 11 a.m. I think that's a good idea. Just have it uploaded at 11 a.m. Pretty early. There we go. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. I appreciate all the love. I will get with you guys next time. I'll see you tomorrow. We are Jeremy Sohan. We'll set screens for the team. If you think about it, if you did have a team full of screen setters, you get a lot of open looks. You get a lot of open looks. He might miss out on Defense Player of the Year again. Yeah, because after he comes back, he can only miss maybe like 9 more games. Which, I guess that's not that crazy. Then you count the All-Star break. And he'll have some rest there. It might be okay. Did they say how many minutes you have to play per game? I'm not going to talk about it later. Have a good screen, Clan. You too. Everyone have a good screen. All right, everyone have a good night. Big W at Magic. That's going to be a hard one. I'm excited.